Hey guys, you ever think about how the gears of a bike work? How they make you go faster when you switch the gears? We're going to talk about that today. You're also going to watch a short Design Squad video explaining how gears work, which is very nice. I noticed on this bike, the same thing. Alright, we got some bigger gears over here in the front where the pedal is. This is called the drive gear, or the input, because you're putting the power into this. And this is known as the driven gear. It looks a little funny on this one because it's also got an electric motor on it. But notice when I move this thing forward and I spin the pedals, if I can do it. It's pretty tough with one hand. But the back tire is going to move much faster than the pedals, all because of the gears. All right? This is why. Again, just a real quick explanation of what I kind of said before. In my example, I'm giving cog A, or gear A, it's a cog, pretty much, 25 teeth. That's where the pedals are. And I'm going to, in my example, say that the back gear is going to be gear B, or cog B, and it has 10 teeth. Okay, I just explained the drive gear has the pedals. The driven gear is being driven by the drive gear. Okay, now let's do an experiment like Design Squad. Oh, never mind. We can't do that. So we're going to use math. We're going to use math. Okay? Design Squad uses experiments. We're not going to do that. We can't go outside. We're going to use math to solve our problem. So here is the problem that I want to know the answer to. How much faster will a bike go with this gear ratio of cog A having 25 teeth and cog B having 10 teeth? Well, what you can do is set up a proportional relationship to solve it. Okay, if you look at my proportional relationship, I have cog A on the left, where it shows me the number of teeth, and on the right I have cog B. I know that cog B has 10 teeth, okay? So I can actually find out how much faster this bike will go with this gear ratio by setting up a proportion, kind of like I've done right here. Moving on. Right. Ways to solve. Okay, here's one way to do it. Once you have your proportions set up, okay, again, I have A on the left and B on the right. Okay, so if I look at the relationship, I want to be fair to both sides. I'm looking for a shortcut, and in this one, I found out that I can divide the numerators by 10, and that will give me the answer pretty quick, actually. And it's really just 25 divided by 10, and that's how you would do it. Okay, you can have a little bit of decimals, it's not too bad, and your answer is going to end up being 2.5, which tells you that the bike will go 2.5 or 2.5 times faster with this gear setup. Sorry for the choppy camera work today. Alright, next way to solve it, using a little bit of algebra. It's not too hard. Don't think of algebra and turn your brains off. Check it out. Okay, same proportional relationship I had before. Okay, on the top I have the 25 teeth and the 10 teeth. That's the basis for everything. That's our ratio that we know. Okay, instead of trying to find out by looking at it, a pattern, and dividing by 10, we're going to go ahead and just cross multiply and solve for x. Okay, when we cross multiply, we're going to end up with x times 10 is 10x. 1 times 25 is 25. You set them equal to each other. And now you want to get x by itself. You do that by dividing 10 out of both sides. Alright, 10 divided by 10 gives you 1x. 25 divided by 10, as you saw on the last page, will give you 2.5. You can always slow this down and rewind if you need help with the math stuff. Okay, so basically what you're doing is you're dividing the larger number of teeth by the smaller number of teeth for your gear ratio. Our ratio is 2.5 to 1. Alright, and you can write that ratio 3 different ways: as a fraction, with the word 2, or with a colon in the middle. I love math. Helps us to solve all kinds of real world problems. Okay, so what you guys are going to do, you have a choice. You can either give me your response to the short Design Squad video that you're going to watch. You can just post that in the chat. Or, even better, you can solve a problem for me. We want to know how fast a bike will go if we change our gear ratio, okay? So we're going to use our gear ratio that we used before, 2.5 to 1 or 25 to 10, same thing, to find the new speed of the bike. If I could travel 13 miles per hour before changing my gear ratio, how fast should the bike go now? Okay, we start with our old gear ratio. And you basically just solve for x. You can use 2.5 to 1 as your starting ratio, or you can use 25 to 10. It's going to be the same answer. Okay? Once you figure it out. All right, so you can solve this, and you can post that, or again, your response to the video. Hope you guys have fun with this. Don't get too stressed out. If you're not super good in math, it's okay. You can use the setup and you can solve this. If you're having a really hard time, just go ahead and tell me something interesting about the video. Okay? Have a great day. Bye-bye.